Uh, Today's our topic is about the organic variations. So variation are actually found in the evolutionary force that whenever any organism develop or show an evolution to change into the different species and different organisms, then they show some kind of the differences. It may be the in the complete species, it may be in a complete taxon, it may be only in a single individual, or it may be differ from one individual to the another individual, and so on. So these are some differences, and these kind of differences are the variations. Okay, so variations are actually differences among closely related organisms within a population. So this is called as organic variation. So let's see the variations. So sometimes it is also called as variability, but actually variability is a tendency to show the phenotypes or exhibit these kind of the variations. This is called the variability. So let's talk about the variations. So actually there are some types of the some nature of the variations are observed, and these nature, or we can say that the character or nature of the variation which generally influence the some kind of the character. Okay, so these are the likewise, morphological. Morphological means which can be seen from outside, means appearance, look wise. Okay, and it includes like it includes such as the shape, size, color, height. Okay, and some type of the pattern. Okay, or length. So these are the actually morphological type of the variations which can be seen. Second nature of the variation is the physiological. If you see the physical activities or processes, then we can find it. Okay, so it includes the functions or physical activities. Sorry, physical activities. So these are different from one organism to the another organism. Supposedly, I am talking about the one is the herbivore, one is and another one is the carnivore. So both have the different kind of their digestive activities. So these are difference. These differences are based on the physiological. Okay. Next, psychological, according to the thinking. Okay, thinking may be different, so it includes the mental traits, behavioral status, ethological thinking. So everyone thinks in different way. Okay, next, ecological. Ecology is the broad, it itself it is a broad term. Okay, so it influenced by the environment. So likewise, if same species is there, but the some animals are living in different environment, and remaining are living in the different environment, another different environment. So they both will show the different type of the characters or different type of the variations. So it may be according to the ecology as well. So nature of variation can be seen in the four types: morphological, physiological, psychological, and ecological. Let's talk about the types of the variation. How many types of variation are found in the nature or in the realistic way? So if we talk about these, then we can find the lots of types of the variations can be seen. I have categorized them into the, because these are already categorized in the, if you see the literature, then you will find that there are lots of categories. So I have mentioned here. Okay. First one is the heritable versus non-heritable. Okay, so heritable are those characteristics which are generally passing on from one generation to the next generation. Means these are genetic or gametic type of the variation. Okay, so that's why they are more and more important for the passing on characters from one generation to the next. So we can say that these are actually genetic or and also also play the important role in uh, play an important role in the evolutionary trend. Okay, likewise, one species is there and it is changing into the another species, and it is showing the species. So these kind of the genetic feature comes in the evolutionary trend. So these are very helpful for the evolution. Second are the non-heritable. Non-heritable means which are generally not passing from one generation to the another, and these are also uh, exhibiting in a single individual only, or sometimes these are called as somatic, okay, or somatogenic type of the variations, and they do not play a role in the evolutionary trend. Okay, so these are somatic. Let's talk about the next. This is the meristic as well as versus the substantive. Okay, so what does it mean? As we had seen above, heritable and versus non-heritable. So similarly here we are talking about the meristic variation. Meristic variation includes the variation which are in the number of parts of the organism. Okay. Likewise, one person is there who have the six fingers. Okay. You had seen many of the celebrities. Sorry, some of the celebrities and many other individuals you had seen, they have more number of the fingers. Likewise, some have five, some have six. Sorry, all have fives, but they have, some of them they have six. Okay, so this is the individual based, number based, some kind of the character which is the different. Okay, so which is generally countable. Okay, so meristics are generally countable type of the character which is found there, and it is originated like the meristome tissue which is generally found in the plants, and it grows the kind of the branch. Okay, so similarly, here we can see that if they have six finger instead of the five, so this is also a meristic kind of the variation. Okay. Similarly, some persons have the one more extra rib. Okay, means 13 ribs in case of the instead of the 12. Okay, and sometimes extra arm can be seen in the starfishes. Okay, and some have the uh, extra leg or extra toe in their leg. Okay, so these type of the variations which can be sometimes countable. Okay, sometimes they have uh, extra bristles on their proboscis. Okay, in case of the insects. Okay, so these kind of the uh, character are also comes under the meristic variation. Okay, second is the substantive type of the variations. These are the variations actually exist in similar to the meristic, means it, these are the extra. Okay, but what, in what term of the extra, they are in non-countable type of. Okay, non-countable means, likewise I am giving the some example, like shape or size. Okay, like, or in form of the color. Okay, likewise I am talking about the there are three persons. One have black eyes, second has the blue eye, third has the uh, brown eye. Okay, and all three are originated from the same lineage or their and patriarch. Sorry, from the one from the same ancestors they are originated. Or so these type of the variations can be seen. Similarly, in hair color, we had seen lots of types of the hair color: black, brown, blonde. Okay, and sometimes some persons have different shape of the nose, size of the nose. Okay, ears and ears, eye, and height of the body, plants, and sometimes shape of the fruits, color of the fruits. Okay, and sweetness of the fruits. Okay, so these all are different type of the variations which can be seen not only in animals but also in plants. So we are generally here we are talking about the animals, so that's restricted ourselves to the animals only. Okay, next is the continuous or fluctuating versus discontinuous or mutation kind of the variations. If we talk about the continuous variations, then these are actually minute type of the variations. Okay, or we can say that they have the grade, or they have the some compartment like. Okay, likewise we are talking about the 1 2 3, and they also have some in between terms, in between values. Okay, so they are showing the continuous kind of the variations. Okay, so they are uh, can be seen as the minus and plus type of the variations. Okay, and sometimes more than one characters are also can be seen by the same gene, as well as if we are talking about the many genes are controlling the same character, so means like polygenic inheritance, so this can be seen. Okay, so these type of the variations are actually continuous type of the variations. Okay, and they show the if we talk about the uh, their degree or their graph, then we can see like this way, and its range is actually large. Okay, and example likewise we can see that height. Okay, height of the man, if we see, then we can find that 5 feet height and 6 feet height. Not only 5 and 6, in between them 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, and it can be seen even 5.12, 5.17. Okay, these can also be seen. So in between all of these variations can be seen. So these are the continuous type of the variation. Similarly, like that we generally see in the data. So we found that continuous type of the data, or sometimes in the uh, discrete type of the data. Okay, so if we are talking about the only 1 to 2, and in between both of them is not found anything, then it means this is a discrete type of the data. But if we found 1.1 to 1.11 791 anything, so this is the continuous type of the variation. So continuous variations are seen as in form of the height, weight, color. Okay, so these of the any individuals which can be seen. Okay, so these are the continuous type of the variations. Actually continuous variations are fluctuating. Okay, that's why I told you that in between or middle values can be seen in this case. Next, discontinuous variations. Discontinuous variations are also sometimes correlated with the mutations. Okay, why? Because these are can be seen uh, gaps in between them, and mutations are showing sudden changes. So that's why there are some differences can be seen. Okay, So if you see their characters, uh, then we can find like, sorry, examples, then we can find like the, as we had seen one above example, like the six fingers. Okay, so generally five fingers are there. Okay, we know, but sometimes few people have six fingers as well in their uh, hand or in their leg. So this is the example of the discontinuous type of the variation, because generally it is not seen. Okay, and another are like the uh, hornless calf. So they do not have horn. Generally they have. Even some animals are there who do not have tail. Generally they have, but in their generations, a few animals are arisen there that they have, they do not have the tail. Okay, and if there are some, we are talking about the some uh, animals who have, as we had seen the tail, similarly they have a different kind of the fur, extra kind of the fur can be seen. Okay, generally they do not have. Okay, so these type of the characters can be seen, and these are due to the mutations. They show the different color, different uh, shape, or different number of the some things can be seen, but they are countable type of, or maybe not countable, but generally they are countable. And this is not happen generally, and this is happens due to some sudden changes, so that's why these are discontinuous. Okay, so uh, these are the three type of the variations. Now next is the determinate versus indeterminate type of the variation. So let's see these variations, determinate and indeterminate. Okay, determinate means those which are confined, means some specific type of the character which will be seen. Okay, so this is the already defined, already determined, already confined, that okay this will be. So these are actually uh, directional type of, means it will be seen. So as we generally see the graph, then we find that, we finds that uh, some values generally go towards one side, like by this way. Okay, so mostly values are towards the left side, or sometimes it can be seen like this way. Okay, so mostly values are going toward the right side, so this type of the directional change can be seen. Okay, as we had seen fluctuating type of the character in the continuous. So uh, this can also be seen here, but fluctuations are seen in between there. Okay, so mean was there, which is the not changing, but here mean will change all those things. Okay, because many of the characters are sorry, in many of the organisms character is continuously changing, so that kind of the determinate variation can be seen. Okay, so this is also called as directional. Okay, let's take some example. Okay, like Bitston, Biston Bitularia. Okay, Biston Bitularia example, which is very common, for which is giving for the evolution. No, very well. So what happened that Biston Bitularia was the dark colored moth. Okay, and it was generally not seen there before the industrial evolution. Okay, in the Britain, and it was seen that whenever industrial revolution was happened, then the dark colored moth, a number of the dark colored moth was increased. Why? Because due to the uh, dark carbon emission. uh, Nearby trees were dark colored and became in the dark colored, and that's why they can save themselves. Means these moth this moth can be uh, would be able to save itself, and that's why this species was enormously increased. And the second, which was the light colored, was easily visible to the predators, and the predator came to there and eat those organisms. Okay, so what happened, that Biston Betulia was uh, naturally selected, and its number was increased. Okay, so this was a case was happened, means it was confined, it was directional. Suddenly the number of the dark, okay, Biston, okay, Biston malaria. Okay, so what happened, that their number is suddenly increased. Okay, so we can say that its graph is suddenly increased or suddenly shifted. So this kind of the direction can be determined, because it was decided that okay, its number will increase. And what happened after that, whenever industries were shifted far from the cities, then what happened, again after some time, whenever the trees were become the normal and not dark. Okay, so what happened, that the normal white colored moth was again showing them again able to save themselves in the form of the camouflage. And that's why what happened, that these are now at times safe from the predators. But the dark colored moth was easily available to the predator, and its number again decreased. So this kind of the fluctuation, or this kind of the specific determination can be seen. Second is the uh, indeterminate variation. Okay, so indetermination variation can be seen such as the, means these are the not conceivable type of the directional variation. Okay, and means there is a no confined law, or they do not follow any law, and these are can happen. Okay, and it can be seen in any of the organism. Means for sometimes it is generally showing, and for the most of the time it is not showing, and it can be minus, or it can plus any of one. Okay, so this is the indeterminate type of the variation can be seen. Okay. Next, somatic or somatogenic or germinal or plastogenic. These are actually similar to the heritable or non-heritable type of characters or uh, variations. Okay, so we can I can just skip this thing, because you know very well that this is the commonly seen. Okay, in case of the germinal, we can take some examples like the as we had seen the supernumerary digits in the man. Okay, which is generally seen likewise 6 instead of the 5. Okay, and sometimes those who have the blonde color in their parents, their progeny again show the blonde color hairs. And similarly for the height, weight, and many other characters which are generally seen. So these are the germinal blastogenic, and sometimes those characters which are present in parents but not passing to their generations. So these are the somatogenic or somatic characters. Means these are non-heritable type of the characters. Okay. Next, now we are talking about the sources of variation. So this is again most important thing, that how these characters are evolved. What are the reasons behind that? What are the sources of variations? So let's talk about these. So first thing is that causes of somatogenic variations. Okay, so let's see. It can be seen in terms of the environment, and it can be seen by the endocrine glands. Sometimes, which we had seen that from the environment, they are also showing the variations. Okay, and likewise, I want to give some example. Likewise, some animal, some human races which are living in the equator, okay, living at the equator, so their body color is different as compared to the those who are living in the mountain areas, okay, because their environment is different. Similarly, their height, weight, all these things are different. Similarly, if you see the organisms which are living in the mountain areas are bigger than as compared to the those who are living in the uh, da- desert or dry areas, okay, or plain areas of the same species. Okay, we are talking about the same species. So if they are living in both of these different type of environments, so their body structure and everything will be different. Okay, second is the endocrine gland. So endocrine glands are also changing some characters, and these characters are the hormonal and due to the hormone secretions. Okay, so endocrine gland secreting the hormones, and that's why these different type of the characters, these different type of the variations are generally seen among them. Likewise, I told you that uh, those who are living on the equator, they are generally darker as compared to those who are living in the mountain areas or towards the north pole or towards the south pole. So their uh, fairness or skin color is different. Why? Because of the melanin pigment and melatonin hormones. Okay, you also know about all these things. Okay, so hormonal regulation is happens there in the different way. Similarly, they have the different metabolic rates and different type of the activities. Okay, now let's see the causes of blastogenic or genetic variations. So in the above case, we had seen those characters which those variations which are found in the in an organism only, means they are vary from organism to organism and not passing from one generation to the next generation. They are only can be seen in the one organism. Okay, means they, if they are changing from one environment to the another environment and they are belonging to the same species, so obviously they will change their characters as well. Okay, otherwise those characters which are not passing from one generation to the next generation, they are the genetic type of the variations. So if uh, likewise we are bringing one animal from the another area, okay, and rearing in our environment, in our environment, and it is not showing any difference from previous one, then we can say that okay, now it is the genetic, because its progeny are again showing those characters which that was originally uh, getting from their parents. Okay, whether it is living in the different environment now a time, but still it is showing the previous characters, then it means it is the it is showing the genetic characters. So these kind of this some species are there which can show the different type of the characters. Okay, so let's talk about these. So these type of the plastogenic or genetic type of the characters means we are talking about the genetic basis. Okay. So these can be seen by the sexual reproduction. So reason behind this is the sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is happens when we talk about the meiosis. So if meiosis is there, then it shows the uh, gene crossover. Okay, gene crossover, and that's why. they are showing the variations, in the packaging stage, okay, of the meiosis. It is showing the characters, different characters, because they are changing the gene. Otherwise, what happens in the mitosis? Mitosis do not exchange the genes, and that's why it always shows similar kind of the characters. Likewise, we can see our cells of the skin. So these are doing the mitosis, and that's why all the cells of the all skins are complete skin is the are the similar. Okay, and they are do not part in the sexual reproduction or meiosis. But those cells which are gametic, they are changing their characters and they are mixing with the another gamete. One is from the father, one is from the mother, and that's why different type of genes are there. They are originating a new organism, so that's why their characters are different. So this is the happens just because of the sexual reproduction or meiosis. Next is the gene or point mutation. Okay. So there are some mutations which are called as the point mutation or gene mutation. Okay. So because these are the very short type of mutation, because from one gene to the another gene which can be seen in the different differences. If we are talking about the similar kind of gene, one is the control or wild type, and there are the different another type of the uh, recessive of that similar gene. If we see, then we will find their differences among all of them. Okay, so this is called as the gene mutation or point mutation, and there are lots of types of this one, and which can be seen likewise. The as you know very well that frame shift mutations are there. Okay. Because likewise one gene is extra or one nucleotide is extra there. Okay, sometimes it is deleted. So these kind of the uh, differences can be seen on the point level, means mutas on the gene level. So these can be seen. Suppose it is changing one with the another. Okay, so it might be in case of the substitution. Okay, and substitution are also of two types: transition and transversion. Transition or transversion. Now we are talking about the frame shift, as I told you. Okay, so frame shift happens whenever a frame is continuously shifting. Likewise, uh, there was one thing, uh, and second was the here. Supposedly, one is again repeating. So what will happen? The structure will be like this way. So one, and this is two. Okay. So this one is original. This one is the new one. Okay, and this is the two. So what happened? This thing is shifted. Okay, from one place to the another place. Okay, and one thing is came in between that. So this is called as insertion. And suppose this was initially and this is forming, so it means it is deleted. So deletion can be seen, insertion or duplication can be seen. Okay, likewise one was duplicated. Okay, but now a time it is deleting. Okay, so frame shift can be seen, means it can be large, it can be short term. Okay. So these are type of the mutations can be seen in the gene mutation or point mutation. If you want to learn more about the gene and point mutation, then see my another video which is given there. Okay. Next, chromosomal aberration. Chromosomal aberration is happened whenever the many type of the characters are seen by the changing in their complete gene from a chromosome. Okay. Sorry, not complete thing. Uh, if a chromosome is changing from the complete set, okay. So let's talk about the its types. Then you will understand. Okay. So if you're talking about the chromosomal aberration, so let's see the deletion. Okay. So what will happen in the deletion? So if we are talking about the deletion, it means one gene is present uh, at the end of the chromosome, okay, and it is deleted, okay, means a segment of chromosome is deleted. So what will happen? Likewise, this is a chromosome and it's this part is deleted nowadays. So this is called as deletion. And this type of the structure generally showing the some kind of the diseases as well. If you heard about the disease which is the cry to chat, okay, so it is also happened due to the deletion. Next, duplication. Duplication, it may be of two types. One is the terminal. If suppose one thing is which is present on the terminal region and it is duplicating, then it is called as terminal duplication. And second is intercalary duplication. Whenever a middle one gene is duplicating itself, it means likewise A, B, C, D, E, F. It was happen. It was there. So what will happen? A, B, C. Now D is again continuously duplicating, and then what will happen? A, B, C, D, E, D, E, F, G. Okay. So D E is again changing. Sorry, duplicating. So this is the in this way it will extend the length of the chromosome. Okay. Next, uh, which I already talked terminal and gallery. Okay. Next is the term inversion. So let's talk about the inversion. Inversion means you know very well that inversion means just changing it's into vice versa. Likewise, this was the structure A B C D E F G H. Okay, this was a set of the genes on the chromosome. Let's suppose this is changing in this way. So A, B, C, F, E, D. I'm talking about this one. G. So this is completely turned over at 180 degree. So what will happen? Now its gene is changing and the product can be also changed. So this is happening sometimes. So it is also maybe as the pericentric or paracentric. If we are talking about the pericentric, means supposedly it includes the center or not. Okay, whenever centromere of the chromosome is included, then it is called as uh, pericentric. Okay, and whenever centromere is not included, then it is called as paracentric. Okay, so this is again of two types. Pericentric. In pericentric, centromere is included, and second is the paracentric. In the paracentric, centromere is not included. Okay, let's talk about the heteroploidy or polyploidy. Heteroploidy or polyploidy means whenever numbers of genes are changing. If you see the order, then you will find that here we had seen the nucleotides are changing. Here we had seen that genes are changing. Now here we are seeing that chromosomes are changing. So it is continuously increasing the hierarchy. Okay. So now let's see aneuploidy. Aneuploidy means whenever uh, number of a single chromosome or is changing. Likewise the monosomy. Okay, so monosomy means whenever it is showing as 2n minus 1. Okay, so this is called as monosomy. Means there are the likewise I am taking an example. There are 46 chromosome in human, or and I am talking about that there are 45 chromosome in a human. Okay, so that person who has the 45 chromosome is showing the monosomy. Means it uh, this person may have the 22AA plus X. Second Y chromosome or X chromosome is not present here. So there are how many chromosomes are there? 20, 45. Any of the chromosome can be deleted. Okay, and you know there are lots of examples. Okay, where we are talking about this. Sometimes it is extending, sometimes it is uh, means sometimes it is extra chromosome is there, sometimes it is less number of the chromosomes are there. So this is called as monosomy if one chromosome is minus from the complete set, means 2n minus 1. This is called as monosomy. And if I am talking about the 2n minus 1 minus 1, it means that one chromosome is deleted from one set and second chromosome is deleted from the another set. So this is called as the double monosomic. This was the single type of monosomic. This is the double monosomic. Next is the nullisomy. Nullisomy means nulli is for the two. Okay, means actually nulli means nothing. So if I am talking about the one complete uh, pair is deleting. Likewise, I am talking about the 2n minus 2, not 1 plus 1 or 1 minus 1. 2n minus 2. It means suppose I am deleting the x and y set completely or xx set completely. Then what will happen? Only 22AA will remain there. So what is meaning of this one is that means one complete set is deleted, null, nothing. Okay, so this is the called as nullisome. It may be any of the chromosome. Likewise, 17th number chromosome is there, not present. Okay, likewise, this was the 17th number chromosome from male and female, though both. Okay, so both of these chromosomes are deleted. So this is called as the nullisome. Now let's see the next one. This is the trisomy. Trisomy means supposedly one chromosome is increasing. Okay, so it means 2n plus 1. 1 is increasing. Likewise, I am talking about the 22a was already there. Okay, plus xy was there. Now I am talking about that xyy is there, or maybe xxy is there. So any of the one chromosome is duplicating itself. So this is called as the trisomy. Okay, and it may be in the double type of the trisomy. So we can say that 2n plus 1 means one chromosome from the 21st set is increased, one chromosome from the 17th set is increased. So in the different pair, one chromosome is increased. So this is called as trisomy. Tetrasomy means now you can easily understand that if I am talking about the 2n plus 2, so this is called as tetrasomy. Okay. Similarly, if I am talking about the 2n plus 3, so it is pentasomy. 2n plus 4, it is the hexasomy, and so on. This can be seen. Let's talk about the polyploidy. Polyploidy means whenever complete set of genome is changing. Okay, complete set of genome. So let's see the differences. Okay, so polysomic are of the many types. First one is the autopolyploidy. Autopolyploidy means it is uh, from the single genome and is repeated twice or another like thrice. Okay, so this is called as autopolyploidy. Likewise, man is generating a gamete. Generally, gametes are n number, right? But what happens suddenly that this gamete is 2n and it is generated from a man. Okay, means a male. So both of the sets of the genome are from the man. Now it is fusing with the female gamete. Female gamete have this separate uh, genome, and now it will become 3n because 2n came from the male and 1n came from the female. So this is called as the, because 2n, this 2n and plus 1. So now it happened, it converted into the 3n, right? So this is the 3n becomes the polyploidy. Okay, let's see this polyploidy. So actually this polyploidy is the heteropolyploidy. Why? Because male and female both are the different, so different genome are crossing here, means adding here. Okay, if we are talking about the that only single 2n genome, 2l gamete, 2n gamete. So this was the actually polyploid case of a gamete which is autopolyploid. Okay, so it can be seen. It may be due to the female, it may be due to the male, any of the one. Okay, it not only 2n, it may be 3n, 4n, anything. Okay, so this is called as octopolyploidy. Allopolyploidy, which is the actually heteropolyploidy, which is same as the allopolyploidy, means whenever two different things are adding together. Sometimes one more type of is also found there, that is the amphipolyploidy, but which is not very common. Last sources of variation is the hybridization. Okay, and there are lots of examples of the hybridization which we had seen, and we can see that from the two different species, if we are taking the characters and mix, we are taking the genes and we are adding them, we are making a organism, then we can find that different type of the characters can be seen in the hybridization. So it is actually due to the uh, artificial type of the breeding or artificial selection, can it can be seen. Okay, so they show the characters of the two different organisms. Okay, so this is the hybridization, and we can see that a mule and me. Okay, so there are these some examples. Okay, so I hope everything is clear. Thank you.